Shut up and sit down.
Hello there, and welcome back to another fun-filled video. Today we're going to be recapping an Amiga 600 for use with my Vampire. My old board's developed a fault, which I can't be bothered to rectify at the moment, but I will do later. So this is another 1.5 revision board. I've just removed the modulator with a soldering iron and some wick. I've just taken the two big caps off. I'm not sure if I'll take that one off, I might not. But I take those off usually so I can get access to these surface mount ones a little easier. It is quite scummy in there. As you can see, the solder terminals are all a little bit sort of dull and corroded, so the caps are leaking quite badly. The audio caps do look good. The floppy ones okay. These are definitely the worst, but unfortunately these do most work. This is the power input filtering and the RGB, so it's quite important they're in good condition. Those two, they're audio. So we'll do this, we'll clean this up, we'll pop these caps off, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, back in a moment. Okay, we're back again. I've come downstairs near the window so you can see the devastation that's been caused by leaking capacitors. What a bloody mess that is. But I will clean it up and it'll be all nice, I hope. So those of you who think that your Amiga doesn't need recapping, I can assure you that it does. These things are eating the board alive. But we'll clean it up and hopefully everything will be a-okay. So the power side and the video circuit is now recapped. Most of it is in ceramic. It's a very loud alarm. Mostly in ceramics because they're easier to work with and they're non-polarity specific, so it's easy for me to fit them and they're nice to use. I'm just moving over now to do the audio filters, and then all we have left is these three, and I'll give the board a good clean and we'll give it a try and see if it explodes and catches fire. So we're almost done, just these last two to do. But the interesting thing about these two is that they are probably the only caps on the whole board which weren't leaking. The pads are clean, they didn't smell when I took them off, so I think it's fair to assume if they were leaking it was a relatively small amount, whereas the rest of the board was quite gross. But anyway, we'll solder it up and see how we get on. I'm not sure if you can see that, but anyway. So I've got one more no I haven't. Get out. I've got one more capacitor to put on, and that's a 22 on C304. I'm going to put a ceramic on. I've already tinned one side of the pad. Well, one pad on one side rather. Really need to use my tweezers that are not bent like these are. But anyway. Try to make sure it's straight. Can't be doing with the capacitors that aren't on straight. Even Commodore had trouble doing that. Just going over the solder, it's a bit ugly. So that's the board done as far as capacitors go. So there we go. Not sure if you can see that very well, but that is a fully recapped board now. I haven't done that one. What is that? That's a 470. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's do it. For 16 volt 470. Okay. Turn the iron off. It takes a little while to go cold, so we'll change it. Which way around does it go? So it's the earth tab there, which is black, to the floppy connector. Can I even see it? There it is. What I'm going to do, because I'm using one hand, well, two hands, but one hand really, so I'll heat up the legs and pull them through. And then use a bit of solder wick to clean the solder up. Let's cut a bit off. Soldering it's easy, but it can be incredibly difficult if you're soldering onto a earth plane or something, a ground plane, like this is. So the solder will just sit and won't be drawn up by the wick. Now normally what I do is I would warm the board up and the solder comes out a treat then, without putting too much stress on the board. What I could do is put a drop of solder in there to encourage it to come out. Or I could just encourage it to sit there and do nothing. Oh no, there we go. So I'll do the same with that. We'll put a drop of solder in and that will warm it up quite nicely. You can tell it's cold. No, it won't come out. So what I'll do is I'm going to cheat. I'll one hole's clear, that's not on the earth plane, the ground plane, and the other leg has got solder in it. So what I'll do is, so it's earth or ground to the floppy connector, if you remember. So I'll pop it through the hole that's clear, and I'll warm it up from the back, and just let the leg go through. If it's lined up anywhere near the hole, which it isn't. Oh, it's not messing me about. Put a little bit of flux on there. Pull the legs bent a little bit and straighten the leg up. Might have to go warm this up if it's not going to play ball. Oh no, there she goes. Put a little bit of solder on there to help her along. There she goes. There she goes. So it's ground side to the floppy, as we said, so I'll put it on the right way around. Something else Commodore had trouble with. If you're a CD32 user, you should know about that. Can't say, I haven't got my glasses on. Oh yeah, there she goes. So I'll cut the legs back. And it's stabbing you in the eye. Clean it off with a bit of alcohol. There we have a fully recapped Amiga 600. It's taken about 45 minutes. It's been wet sometime in its life, or it's been kept somewhere damp anyway. It's been dirty, some dirty buggish had it. I don't know where this came from. Might have been an eBay purchase over the years, I don't know. That's it. That's a recapped Amiga 600. Exciting stuff.